One of the first things that I did after touching ground in America after being overseas for a few weeks was place a Sephora order on all of the new items that launched when I was out of town and I wanted to catch up on. A huge thank you to Sephora for sponsoring today's video. All of the products that I'm going to be talking about today are available at Sephora or at Sephora.com. I will have all of them linked down below for you guys. And if you are planning on shopping at Sephora and aren't already a member of the Sephora Beauty Insider program, I will put the link to that down below as well. The program is where you can earn points to get free gifts and samples. I love how easy it makes returns and being able to just keep track of my orders. Let's get into all the newness that launched. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you would know I've slowly but surely been entering my fragrance era. Not being a fragrance influencer, but more so just learning about what I love, what kind of smells and notes I enjoy as an adult now. You know, I've been sticking to the same stuff since I was a teenager. Speaking of teenager, I did pick this up, but I love Sol de Janeiro. So they just launched the new number 76 perfume mist. Now this is a relaunch. It was previously the After Hours perfume mist and it came back. So this, what are the notes on this? The scent type they say is warm florals and it has black currant, midnight jasmine, and amber woods. And I just needed to try it out. I got the 3-ounce size of it, which was $25, not bad. And I do find that their body sprays, especially when layered with the lotion, do last a good amount of time, all things considered. And this one of the Sol de Janeiro ones that I own, I feel like it's the most perfumey. It's definitely the most out of the box for myself. But I think that this is a really great evening fragrance. So this just launched. They were kind enough to get this out from the back for me. And the sales associate was like, oh my gosh, I need to smell it. Does it smell good? I was like, I don't know. But I'm happy that I have this in my collection now. Getting into makeup, we're going to start off with what's on my lips right now. In a previous shop or drop a couple of months ago, I let you guys know I would be shopping it. There was a little hesitation on my end, but I finally have it in my hands. It's the Pat McGrath Labs Dramatic Mega Lip Pencil in the shade Nude Venus. So this is $29. They have a lot of really nice new colors. And I have been loving lip pencils like this because I feel like I naturally just have smaller lips. So it's really nice to be able to easily apply this. And then also I don't really need a lip liner with products like this, because it allows me to get true definition in the shape of my lips. This is very, very creamy. It does set down. You do get a little bit of transfer with it. I don't know if you can see right there, but it does mattify the longer that it sits on the lips, but the application is really smooth. One of the reasons I was very excited about this is because the Pat McGrath Labs lip liners are one of my all-time favorites, so I had to try this out. I got Nude Venus. I think looking back, I would like to get some deeper colors in this. While this is a beautiful everyday pink, I think I would like to take advantage more of the shape and style of this lip product because this is like a one and done for bold lips. For most of the time when it comes to bold lips for me, I normally have to layer it with a lip pencil because you don't want that deeper / brighter color running out of the lines of the lips and you look like a clown. So this is a good one where you can get a more bold color without it running all over your face. And I'm liking how it's setting down. Definitely recommend to, if you have some natural lines on your lips, hydrate, maybe put some hydration over top. But I'm really liking this. This is a very nice formula. This next item I was so pumped about. So Makeup Forever just launched a new lip pencil formulation. These are the Artist Color Pencil Extreme Waterproof Lip Liner. And you know their iconic Artist Color pencils. I use these almost every single day. They're one of my go-to lip pencils, but I've always said they don't set down. They have a really lovely dry consistency, which allows you to have a lot of precision when it comes to applying these lip liners, as well as you have a lot of options as to what depth you can get given the pressure that you use with it. So these I'm excited because I feel like these are going to be more heavy duty. I picked up a couple classic shades. The first one being Anywhere Caffeine. This is the one that I use the most in the original Artist Color Pencil. And then I also picked up Endless Cacao, which I had in the original one, but I think I lost it. But it's like this nice cool toned brown. So I wanted to show you the differences here. Obviously the packaging is black. It still is a sharpenable pencil. In terms of application, it's creamier. It's a lot more similar to Charlotte Tilbury or Pat McGrath in that it's really creamy, but it does set down. The feeling of application is quite different than the original pencil, which is more of a drier consistency, more waxy. I kind of prefer that. But I can give that up because it still does have a nice, easy glide. And look, so Endless Cacao of the new formulas at the top. This in the middle is the new formula of the Anywhere Caffeine. And the bottom here is the old formula of Anywhere Caffeine. I feel like it's a little bit deeper with the new formulation. I think it's just overall more creamy formula, so you get more of that pigment laydown. Let's see. They've been sitting on my hand for a long time. So you can immediately see that the older formulation, it just wipes away and smudges more, whereas the new formulation has set down. I think it was a long time coming for Makeup Forever to create a pencil formula like this, so I'm very happy with this. I was super excited about this launch. It's a little bit more under the radar, but I get the colors that I love in a more longwear formula. Now that's not going to stop me from using the original formula because I think there's beauty in a formulation like this as well. But for long wear, really excited about this. I'm actually going to take a little bit of Endless Cacao and I want to add a little bit of definition on my lips. Though I don't have to, I just want to demo it for you guys. Because I do have the Pat McGrath on. You see, it's that nice cool toned color. These are harder to blend with. I do like the original one because you can blend with it. But in terms of longevity, if you need it, this is a very exciting launch. And Endless Cacao and Anywhere Caffeine are amongst the most popular colors that Makeup Forever has to offer when it comes to their pencil range. You know who has caught my eye recently with their launches? Too Faced. I feel like they're kind of revamping their lineup, and the products that they're launching just seem a little bit more thought out and refined, and there's a lot of like relaunching going on and just upgrading and updating the line. So I'm excited to see what they do with that. One of the things that I picked up was the Born This Way Soft Matte Oil Control Foundation. Now, I do have a dry skin type, but that doesn't stop me from liking a matte foundation, especially in the summer or even in the winter with a lot of hydration when I want super long wear. I just think you cannot beat a long wear foundation that is matte, and I adjust accordingly based on my skin type. So they have the original Born This Way foundation, which they say is more of a natural finish, and this is supposed to be more of a soft matte finish. So today is my first time wearing it, so I'm working on first impressions here. I do think with my dry skin type that I didn't prep my skin enough, but that's more so on me. I ended up picking up the shade Vanilla. What I noticed is I do feel like it has more of a light medium coverage. It can be built up to a medium coverage, but it definitely is not giving full. They say that it has a medium coverage. I do agree that it does have a matte finish, and I think this is a really great option if you have oily skin. Now, their original Born This Way foundation in the glass bottle I felt like has always worked great for oily skin. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of girls with oily skin have enjoyed that one, so this one might even be better for you. It's interesting because glowy was such the trend for a long time. We didn't see a matte foundation out there, but I always thought matte foundations were important to have regardless, because if you have oily skin, your oils will come through, give it a couple hours, and your skin will be glowy even with a matte foundation. So really early into wear, I can't really give you much information. It doesn't look too dry, even though I do have dry skin, so I'm hoping that I get the wear that I'm expecting out of this. But so far so good. I've had really good experiences when it comes to Too Faced complexion products, so I'm hoping that this is no different. Again, kind of under the radar. I think that pressed powders are having a little bit of a moment. I feel like I've seen a lot of pressed powders launch recently. I have a lot more to review for you guys. But staying with Too Faced here, I picked up the Born This Way Soft Blur Flexible Finish Setting Powder. I think that the packaging of this is just adorable. There are 4 shades. I picked up the light shade, and one way to sell me a product is to tell me that it's blurring. I love a blurring powder. It's really slim, so it's great for travel, and I love the heart packaging, true to like typical Too Faced packaging. It feels pretty smooth, but not too wet or creamy, if you will. It does have a drier feel, which can be very good when it comes to the longevity and setting of makeup. I started off by using a puff to apply on this side, and I do notice that it does give a light blur. It's not anywhere near like the most blurring powder I've ever used, but it did improve and decrease the amount of fine lines and just kind of smoothed over them. I liked that finish better than when I just used a brush. Now they say you can set, blot, and touch up makeup. I haven't worn it out enough to really see if it can be layered over top of makeup as your natural oils come through, but this is a decent powder. I'm not mad at it. Again, first impressions have a long way to go before I can give you my final thoughts on this, but it did everything that it said it was going to do, so I'm happy so far. Ilia, I honestly didn't even know that this product launched until I was filming my shopper drop the other day, but I had to get my hands on it. It's the Sun Shift Weightless Silky Cream Bronzer. And the reason I was so gung-ho about picking this up is because their powder bronzer is one of my favorite bronzers. I think it deposits the most perfect amount of pigment and is the most perfect tone. So I had to see what they could do with a cream version of it. And warning, it's a little different, or a lot different than the powder. The packaging, it's all plastic here, and then does have a mirror on the inside. So there are 4 different shades. I picked up Eclipse, which is like a peachy bronze. I thought that that would be really good to go with the blushes that are very popular. I did have a little bit of worry about this when I first swatched it because it looked like it could be a little bit metallic. The shade itself, the tone, is very unique. I do not have a bronzer like this. I was hoping it would be a little bit closer to the powder bronzer, but that's what I mean when I say it's different. The colors and the tones that they have in this are different from the original line. It has that interesting texture when you first look at it where it's like kind of dry, but when you touch it, you can see it smooths everything out. It applied really easily. The tone, like I said, is quite unique. It's probably not a go-to tone for me, but in the summer, it's going to be really nice with some peachy tones here. In the winter, I'll probably stay away from this product more, even though I really love a cream product in the winter. The tone, it's not giving winter to me, but it worked out really well. I wouldn't say it's going down as an all-time favorite, most impressive first impressions that I've ever used, but it's pretty. It's a little bit different than I was expecting, but it worked out really nice, and I can't wait to pair this with more summery, bronzy, glowy looks. It's not a complete matte finish, so there is a little bit of a glow to it, but it's not metallic like I had worried about earlier. There's no real glitter in it by any means. Try to see if there's anything that they claim that it does. Shifts from silky cream to weightless powder for sun-kissed warmth. I don't know about weightless powder per se, but it definitely has a little bit of a dry down, up to 12-hour wear. We'll keep you updated on this. Did I tell you I got the shade Eclipse? I hope I did. Made in Italy. Very nice. It's been a while since you guys have seen me pick up a new eyeshadow palette, but this was like sitting on my noggin for a little bit of time and it wasn't leaving anytime soon, so I knew I just had to bite the bullet and pick them up. So the YSL Couture Mini Clutch eyeshadows, one of my all-time favorites. They were at the very top of my end-of-year palette rankings video, and they just recently launched 2 new shades. So I had the other 4. It was a pretty limited range when it comes to brands who come out with like shades of 10 when it comes to like small quads like this. So they added 2 more, and I thought they looked beautiful. They're still in the neutral family, and just with how easy the formula works out, it's kind of like a blend itself out style formula, true to that luxurious, easy to use, soft, effortless, chic look that those luxury shadows give. I had to pick up the new shades. So the first one that we have, this one is a little bit more in the brown family. It's over brune, and they say it has warm browns and cool nudes. In here, you're getting 1 flat shade, two shimmer shades and then one kind of toppery shade, if you will. I haven't put this one on my eyes yet, so I can't say, but just based on my previous experiences with these shadows, this is one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow formulas when it comes to that effortless kind of look. So excited about this. This is in my family of browns that I really love. You know, they're not breaking the mold here when it comes to the colors, but just good classic neutrals. The other one I almost didn't pick up, but I'm so happy I did. It's the shade Over Noir, which is a cool chromes palette, as they call it. So you get a gray, you get this base color, a matte black, and then a toppery shade, which is very, very sheer. You see I have it like on my eyelids right now. Just a little bit of twinkly eyes with this. So for today's look, I'm wearing a gray top. So I wanted the gray to be the definition here. So I just blended this light shade all over my crease, all over my eyelid, super soft, easy to use. And then I used a tight blending brush, very small, and I used this gray shade and I just blended it across my lash line. I let it go up as high as my brush took it because I wanted it to be smoky definition. The eye look, I wasn't really looking to separate the parts of my eyes. I wanted it all to blend together. And then I used my finger with the sparkly shade and I used it all over the lid. There's not much of a base color, so I think this would look really pretty over the black or the gray if you're going for something more dramatic. I didn't really love it on top of the base color that I used today, but for next time I would love to see it over a gray or black smoky eye. But it is really pretty, like twinkle eyes. And then I finished with the black. So happy that there's a black. Make sure you tap off your brush because you do get a good amount of fallout with this. And I just stamped it across my lash line and then I took a blending brush and blended it. And that's how I got this effortless smoky eye, and in the YSL Couture Clutch fashion, effortless to use. And I just think the packaging is so luxurious. I have a purse from them that this just reminds me of. These are soft, so you want to be gentle with how you handle them and where you take them. But what a luxurious experience from start to end when it comes to these palettes. They're definitely a splurge. They're $68. So I took my time to decide if I wanted these or not. Ultimately, I bit the bullet, I did it, and thus far I'm not regretting it. I think they're just as beautiful as the previous ones that I owned, and I use them all the time with, maybe not all the time, but I use them a lot for effortless looks, so I just wanted to have those as well. And then the final two products that I have are two more lip products. Anybody else a gymnastics fan? Suni Lee has made Olehenriksen sell out of their peptide lip treatment, and I've been so on board with these style of lip products that I decided to pick one up. Now, it's not the exact color that she uses. That one was sold out, but I was more than happy to get the shade Creme Brulee. So this is the Olehenriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. The creme brulee smells amazing. This does give a nice glow to the lips, just like Laneige would or Summer Fridays. It's a little bit wetter, I would say, than the other two. It feels a little bit lighter on the lips, but it still just feels deeply hydrating. This shade doesn't have too much of a shade. It's pretty clear as well, so I don't think there's going to be too much of a difference between this and the clear one. Maybe this gives a little bit more of a milky look over the lips, but the smell of it makes my mouth water. It's so delicious. I love keeping these products in my purse, and especially come winter time, these are going to be brought out a lot more. They have a really nice reflection to light as well. So very, very happy and excited for this. Thank you, Suni Lee. And then the last product that I have, curiosity got the best of me because this isn't normally a style product that I would be into. It's just a plain lipstick from Nars, but Nars is slowly revamping and modernizing their line, you know, updating the packaging, updating the formulas, I believe taking the talc out. So they recently redid their lipstick line, so they have a whole new range of the explicit lipsticks. And I've had a few NARS lipsticks in the past, and normally I wouldn't have really even blinked an eye at this relaunch, but I had picked up some blushes that they relaunched, and I just think it went over so well that I wanted to see what they could do with their lipsticks. So I picked up the shade Adulterous, which is a really nice everyday pink shade. I think that the packaging is still very sleek in Nars style. It is rounded. If I remember correctly, they used to not be rounded. And the Nars, you can barely see it right. It's black as well, but it's textured. I think it's gorgeous and sleek. I like that it's not white. I like that it's black on black. I think the packaging, really nice magnetic top. Love what they did with the update here. I can't remember how the original formula felt, but this feels like a beautiful creamy lipstick. It has kind of like a satin cream finish to it. It is sheer but buildable, which is what I like, and it's a great everyday pink lipstick. No fragrance to it. A little disappointing for me, but I know a lot of you are anti-fragrance, so I think that you'll like this. So, not something that normally I would run out to pick up, given I just do have a very large lipstick collection, but I wanted to applaud Nars because they did such a good job with their blushes. I wanted to test out the new lipsticks as well, so I'm excited about that. And Nars is known for their very large shade range, and of course with these lipsticks, it is also just as large. The names embarrass me still just as embarrassing, but Adulterous, that one's not as bad, right? I sometimes I'm too innocent to know what the words mean. This one is okay. Anyways, a huge thank you to Sephora for sponsoring today's video. I will have all of the products that I talked about linked down below. You can shop all of these products that I mentioned today at Sephora. And again, don't forget to sign up to be a member of the Sephora Beauty Insider program. I'll have the link down to that down below if you plan on picking anything up. Let me know what kind of reviews and new products do you want to see me reviewing. I know there's been a lot that have launched that I haven't had the time yet to get my hands on, so let me know what you want to see. And with that, you will be seeing these products again in an updated speed reviews as I become more familiar with these products and use them in a lot of different ways. But having them all on my face today, everything is looking good so far, so we'll see. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and see ya when I see you next. Bye guys, have a good one.